Welcome everybody, Drew Dumont here over at NHTI. This is a new series I've created called the Coaches Podcast. So I'm going to be going around this winter, and the goal is every week to interview a new coach about this upcoming basketball season, both, now that we're getting into the season over here at NHTI and have high schools around the state during the season. So we'll be checking in with a bunch of coaches, and that should be a good thing. Hopefully we'll expand the YouTube channel a little bit by doing that, bring in more people, and get to talk to more really interesting people like Coach Harris. We talked about a week and a half ago after one of the games. So Coach, just thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you being here and doing this. I strongly believe this is something that's going to be good for a lot of the coaches around the state, at least for us here at NHTI. It's going to give all of the people in the state an opportunity to personally get to know at least me, the coach here. And what's I feel is really great about this, it's going to give every coach an opportunity to know a little bit about some of the other coaches that you interview. There's always going to be something that us coaching professionals will be able to pick up and piece out to maybe help us to be able to serve the student athletes that we are coaching and mentoring.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting for sure. So something about you, this is your second year coaching here at NHTI. You won the Coach of the Year last year, which is a good accomplishment for sure. We'll be talking about kind of what you saw a little bit last season, what's been going on over the off season, some notes here early in the year, kind of things to look forward to this season, and then just kind of close it out with some lessons and everything. So first of all, let's just kind of talk about last season. Just give us a quick summary of what happened last year with this team.
Okay, I'll give you a quick summary of what happened last year. But in reference to my second year, it was my second year as a head coach at NHTI. I've been around NHTI for some time. I had an AAU program that I coached and worked in, and there were a couple of young ladies that played at NHTI after they graduated from high school. I know one in particular. Her name was Katie Foucher. She was a really good friend with my daughter, Ashley, because they played AAU together at Granite State Rock.
Yeah.
That's what I called it. As a matter of fact, that was started up by another parent who coached his daughter, Rick Wasmack. Hopefully he gets an opportunity to take a look at this, so I'm giving you a shout out. Hey, what's up, Rick? I hope you're doing good. And what I did is I continued the Granite State Rock on, and that young ladies team consisted of a lot of young ladies that played. Actually, they were the state champions back in 2005, 2006, 2007 area. They were the state champions, Pinkerton High School, and they played for Coach John Berry. So as far as coaching, I've been around the scene for a while. Yeah. Basketball-wise, going all the way back to the year 2000. So it's my second year as a head men's basketball coach, but I started working with young ladies early on, and my daughter is who prompted me into getting involved in coaching at the recreation league level. I worked at a basketball camp at the Cape Championship Basketball School. They ran for 40 years. There are some pretty notable coaches that worked at that camp, and I was able to pick up a lot of suggestions and some ideas, some of the things that young athletes can do, whether they're females or males, to get themselves prepared to play at the higher level, the college level. And again, as far as coaching in college, I've been coaching at the college level from 2010 all the way up to this year. I had 1 year off, and that's the year after I left St. Anselm College. I coached there, the NE10 D2. That was a wonderful experience. I can expand upon that a little bit more if you want me to, but I know that there may be some players out there that have dreams of playing at the highest level.
Yeah.
And as a coach, when you get an opportunity to not only coach recreationally, I did some training, and trained some young ladies that have had a lot of personal success. Uh, haven't really trained a whole lot of them. I trained some of them that played on my AU team, and I'm proud to say that a couple of them wound up playing at the Division One level, and they did pretty well. One of them in particular, got to give a shout out to her if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Nicolette Arnold, awesome. She started with me in the 5th grade, and I worked with her. Did a few summers with her. She also got training at the Sports Zone, but I'm really proud of her accomplishments. She wound up going Division One. I believe one of the schools she played for was St. Mary's, but she did Pinkerton for her 9th grade year, and she was one of the top scorers. And then she went to Lawrence Groton Academy, where she wound up being All-State, and she wound up getting a Division One scholarship, which is something I know her mom Sandra was very proud of. And I worked with her back during the time when she was in the 7th, 8th grade. As a matter of fact, she came up to NHTI, and she was in the 7th grade, and she crossed over a few of the young ladies that played for NHTI.
That's impressive.
She broke a few ankles. She wound up being a very, very good basketball player. I hope she gets an opportunity to watch this as well. Maybe I'll shoot that off to her, and I'm sure she'll remember the good times that she had and the success that she had playing AAU back 16 years ago.
That'd be great. Let's shift gears a little bit, kind of focus on, we talked about good introduction for you, obviously, and let's talk about your team specifically and what they went through last year and what they've been doing over the off season in order to get prepared for this season.
Well, the difference between last year and this year, I believe that you interviewed John after the game, and he talked about the size difference. Right now, our team is undersized, and we have to work really hard in order to have the success in a lot of the teams that we play that have a lot of size. And, this being a community college, a lot of high school players don't know this. They compare NHTI to JUCOs. And with a lot of success that a lot of young men have had and coming here to NHTI to play, some of them that I've recruited who've gone on to 4-year schools and have been very successful. There's a lot of guys. I mean, I can mention names. I don't really want to go down the list because there's a number of them. It's at least over a dozen that have done very well at some of the schools that they've gone to, and they've actually earned scholarships from leaving here. But the one thing that's great about NHTI that players that want to play college basketball don't realize, you could come here, you could get your associate's degree in a field, and if you want to move on, after you come here and get the experience, you leave out of here a little bit stronger, bigger, because obviously you have to work on your game to do that. Mm-hmm. You may be blessed with being offered a scholarship or even go to D3. I mean, people think NCAA is the only option. You have NAIA, and you also have the USCAA, that they all operate under the NCAA rules, and it's college.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity, for you to play college basketball and a great quality of college basketball. And I've said it before, people should not sleep on NHTI.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that after what I've seen here, just being here for the past couple months and just getting the feeling for this place, the campus and everything, and comparing that a little bit to the experience I had in high school over at Hopkinton and the atmosphere, and just, a lot of focus on athletics is certainly a positive of being around here, and it's a different level with the college here now. Specific to your team, what have you seen from your guys early here in the season that you think are positives and some things that you still want to work on?
But there's always a lot that coaches have to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Just like there's a lot of things that the students have to work on. Let me start at the student aspect. Anybody that's looking to play college basketball, it's not all about basketball. You're here to be a student, and you should dedicate yourself to doing everything that you can. If you're looking to go to college to play basketball, take care of that schoolwork. Make sure you get the marks and the grades. Make sure, and these are some of the things that I usually say in the meetings when I address the team when the season starts. Make sure that you understand the importance of time management.
Yeah.
That you get all your schoolwork and everything done, but also as far as being an athlete, you have to get in the gym. You have to work on moves, counter moves, your dribbling, your passing. It's a whole lot more than just going to the open gym and running up and down the floor thinking that that's going to get you ready. Um, Basketball IQ and fundamentals are very important for athletes to make sure that they're going to have the success that they're looking to have at the college level. It will actually get them closer to achieving the dreams that they have to at least be a college basketball player. And everybody always has the dreams of wanting to play professional.
Yeah.
But I don't discount anything out. I don't want to take anybody's dreams away. I feel that anything is possible. I mean, my experience here, I've got a chance to contribute to a lot of success that NHTI has had, and it's wonderful to get invited to nationals. From the second year that I started as assistant coach, all the way up to now, we've gone to the national championship tournament every year from my second year on. This is my second year as a men's head coach. Hopefully, we'll take care of the business that we need to take care of and be blessed enough to get another bid. But we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, for sure. You were noting to me prior to this that there's a lot of opponents here in the Yankee Small Conference that are very strong. Can you talk a little bit about some of those teams and just give us a brief summary of like what they're made of?
A lot of those teams are opponents, and the YSCC were very competitive, especially this year compared to what I've seen prior to becoming a head coach at NHTI, all the way up to now. I can go all the way back to, again, 2005, 2006, when I was aware of NHTI. My daughter played here from 2008 to 2011. She transferred from Regis College and played here. There were some pretty tough teams back then. One of the teams that we played yesterday, Paul Smith, they were, they were a four-year school, and there was St. Joseph's. They're no longer in the league. There's Maine Machias. A lot of those teams were competitive back in the 2009, 2010, 2011. Vermont Tech,
Yeah.
who seems to be back this year. I mean, I looked at Vermont Tech and I said to, a few of our coaches, man, Vermont Tech, you can't sleep on them. And they beat Berkeley in double overtime. I believe it was yesterday. And Berkeley, they won the national championship 4 or 5 years in a row. So yeah, wow, that's pretty impressive. They went on a run of a lot of wins, and they've always been a good team. But in our conference, you have Southern Maine Community College. They always play very tough. You have Central Maine Community College, who is a team, again, both of those teams are well coached, and they bring it, so to speak.
Yeah.
And Vermont Tech, they're definitely ready to roll. You have Albany College of Pharmacy. Again, that's another team that I feel that people should not sleep on. They move the ball around very well. They have a very, very nice young man. This is a sophomore, and he's got this year and a couple of more years. He was second team all conference last year. Brent Richards, a very, very good player, an extremely nice young man. It was wonderful seeing him on Saturday when we went there and played. And that team is very well coached. It's a pharmacy school, and a lot of those young men, they're going to be making pretty good money when they complete that pharmacy education.
Yeah.
We were blessed enough to get out of there with a win. But again, It was a very, very good game and a wonderful experience, for us to play over the weekend against some pretty good competition and get a test leading into the game that we're preparing for tomorrow against Great Bay, who is a team that made it to the national championship tournament, and they were preseason ranked third. Yeah, that's up there. And right now, might have mentioned it to you earlier. When you asked me if I would do this, the Great Bay NHTI right now. For those people in New Hampshire that don't know it, um, tomorrow we're the only two undefeated teams in the entire USCAA Division Two, and we're going to be clashing tomorrow. And there's only going to be one after tomorrow. And the coach is there. He was one of my students in the computer technology class.
Oh, wow.
At Dover High School. I had him when he was in the 9th grade. So, Alex, I know you're going to watch this. Alex is a great student.
Yeah.
And an awesome basketball player at Plymouth State, 1,000-point scorer. And he's really prepared Great Bay very well. And I know he probably has some motivation to come in and, yeah, I mean, good thing I never punished him as a student. Miss Anita, that's his mom. Your son's a great guy, and he turned into a great coach. It was nice to see him grow up and succeed. I rooted him on when he hit his 1,000 points at Plymouth State, and I'm proud of him. Very proud of the success that he had. They finished in the Final Four of the USCAA last year, and he also got National Coach of the Year for the USCAA. That's pretty impressive. And he's done a great job over at Great Bay. And Great Bay is a CCSNH school. And you're a CCSNH student, and this is really it's a good school.
Yeah.
NHTI and Great Bay. Those are really good schools to take classes. As a matter of fact, I was an adjunct professor through Dover High School when I was a teacher. So my students, from complete my classes, they actually got 12 college credits for completing the classes that I taught at Dover High School when I was a teacher over there. So all of these CCSNH schools are very good through that Run and Start program that they have. And again, people should seriously consider schools like NHTI. And should I prop Great Bay?
Up to you. You're going up against them tomorrow, so.
NHTI. Okay, Great Bay.
Okay. All right. So just kind of a few more things. What are you looking at, players wise with your returners and them kind of setting the culture for this year?
Well, the actual culture is an ongoing process. And I always want to see my players play hard. I don't really like to have any players that I coach look at the scoreboard. I want them to focus on the task at hand, on the job that they have to do, just like I want them to focus on the task at hand when they're students. Because in order to become an athlete, you have to be a student and you have to take care of business. So all of the different things that we do in practice, just like today, we're preparing for our big game tomorrow. We're looking every day to get better and better at all of those skills that not only build your basketball IQ, but all the different skills and fundamentals that are going to help them work together collectively as a team and implement what we are looking to implement to build our team character.
Yeah. All right. So just kind of you obviously have Great Bay coming up on the schedule. So what's it kind of look like around December time? I noticed looking at the schedule, we don't have a lot scheduled, but is there a holiday tournament possibly? something like that, or is it kind of up in the air at this point?
There have been holiday tournaments scheduled throughout the years, and those holiday tournaments have actually been fun to play and to participate in. I think that as far as me answering that question, those tournaments and that question is a question that probably would be better asked of the director of athletics.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, there's a special touch that is placed upon those holiday tournaments. The teams coming in, uh, the players that play in those tournaments. Historically, it's really been great for us to have those tournaments, and it's something that's really good for the community as well as the students that are local around the holidays to have their families come and see them play when they play at NHTI. Great Bay love coming over here. Um, as far as me having an answer for that, I all I can say is throughout the many years that I've coached here and we've had the tournaments, including going to see my daughter perform when she played for the women's side. We really enjoyed those tournaments, and the family enjoyed those tournaments. Maybe that's something that will be addressed in the future.
All right. So hopefully we'll get an update on that. I'll talk to Ed Winters tomorrow or at some point soon and get that information. So just kind of closing here. For everybody who's tuning in, my audience, I have a lot of people who are around my age, some who are a little bit older, some who are a little bit younger. So I have about a middle school through college age range of athletes or kids who are interested in sports is about my audience. Obviously, there's some parents and former teachers and everything who listen as well. Don't want to discredit them, obviously, former coaches as well, but that in general is my audience. So what's your message to them from what you've learned through your time coaching and just the current state of basketball and athletics for kids in high school and college that you want them to hear?
Well, what I would like for the young high schoolers to hear is work on your game by going to camps, getting involved in basketball camps to learn the fundamentals. There's a really great camp that legend Coach Paul Hogan has. He has, Hogan Camps. If you plug into that, or if you call NHTI and get his contact information, the athletic office, I'm sure they have information here.
Oh, yeah.
They can get a hold of me. And I would be more than happy to share any information I can about the Hogan camps. He's been running those for many, many years. And the camps are still active in many places around the state of New Hampshire, central and also northern. And I would say that if they want to work on their skills and go to a place that's right here, local, just like NHTI, and I've said it before, it's the gym in all of our backyards. My daughter went here, and she's very successful. Not only the education that she's gotten from here, but after finishing the education, what she's able to do professionally, and she has actually achieved on the basketball court. I'm definitely a proud dad, but I'm really more proud of the success that she's had professionally, completing the nursing program and going on and obtaining not only her BSN, but also getting that nurse practitioner's license. She's done very well, and the connection between NHTI and SNU is really good. It's not just the nursing program. There's several programs, as they say about NHTI. You can start here and you can go anywhere. But if you want to play basketball, you got to be a student first and work on all those skills that you need to work on to become a better athlete and in doing so, again, those camps, you go to camp, you work on those skills. Make sure that if you work on those skills that you learn from these camps, there's outside courts in the summer. You don't need a gym. Everybody thinks that you need to be inside of a gym. All you need is a basketball, do some form shooting, things that you learn in camp, work on a move and a counter move, up and under for you big guys, guards, dribble pull-ups, work on your passing, work on your conditioning, work on your strength. Obviously, I would advise, again, consult with trainers, speak with doctors, if doctors of sports and medicine, if so to speak.
Yeah.
Do whatever you need to do so you can achieve your dream. If you work on your skills, obviously you'll get better. Repetition definitely helps a person get better. It's just like studying for a test. If you have to go see a tutor, you have to hire a trainer. If you have to go to basketball camp, like I mentioned, Hogan Camps, that's been running for many, many, many years. And I would highly recommend that. I worked with him for well over a decade, and we had a lot of success. I experienced a basketball championship in 3 YSCC championships. It's never been done before, just by NHTI.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful to be part of that. Just like it's wonderful to be able to do the work that I'm doing here today. I'm very appreciative of this opportunity, and I'm going to do everything that I can to take advantage of it, and also to help any team and the players on the team that I coach achieve that type of success, God willing.
All right. Well, thanks, Coach. That's a great message
Thank
to
you.
close with. I appreciate your time
Appreciate
so
you,
much.
man. Not a problem.